I want you to think about the average person in society today. What do you think they do? Where do they go? What's their job? Are they happy, sad, or just, well, existing? Most of us are probably imagining someone who doesn't like doing their job, who slacks on most days, who is just kind of an average person that doesn't do anything productive for themselves or for the world. Probably someone who doesn't have a social life. Probably someone who has very unsupportive friends. This is the average person in society today, just drifting through life without a care in the world about where they end up. This, my friends, is your competition. This is the person you do not want to be. What you want to do is pretty much the exact opposite of what this person is doing with their time and their life. But this person, this type of competition, is not our main focus. Because with some basic changes in our life and our routine, we can simply beat this dude in a matter of days. What we are really trying to compete with is our other competition, the people that are actually trying to go and get it. The people who have a plan set, the people who have a daily routine, the people who are active, who are trying to improve themselves every single day. This, my friends, is the real competition. In this video, what we're trying to do is figure out how we can not only beat the average person, but beat the people who are actually trying to get it. The first thing we need to do is build 3 simple principles. We need to develop a very strong drive into whatever we want to accomplish, something that motivates us to become our desired self. We need to establish a strong discipline to do what needs to be done and to get it done fast and efficiently. And most importantly, we need a very strong work ethic. These 3 principles alone will get you so much farther ahead than the average person and many other people who are trying to get it. What you want to do is build on these things until they are the very best they could possibly be. Now let me explain why these things are important. If you have a drive, you will naturally be motivated. You will naturally want to get things done. You will not be that lazy individual. You will want to do your homework. You will want to make your bed. You will want to challenge yourself and put yourself into difficult situations. But this motivation, this drive that we want, isn't always there, and this is why we need discipline. Once we build a very strong discipline, we will have more of a tolerance towards other challenges. We will have the ability to face these challenges with more and more strength. This will make it so we have the ability to accomplish anything, even when we don't have the drive to do it. Like I said, the most important thing that we need though is a very strong work ethic. We need to be able to work intensely for hours with focus and efficiency. The problem with this is it's very hard to build because we are so used to not trying and putting in our all into certain tasks. This is because we mainly focus on just doing good enough, just so we can get the passing grade, just so it can be mediocre and it can be okay. We need to have the ability to work until we think it is quality. We need to be able to finish tasks efficiently with speed. This way, we can pretty much accomplish anything in just a day of time. Imagine if you wrote down just a list of goals and you had such a strong work ethic that you can get them done in a matter of days, weeks, months. You would grow faster than anyone around you. Building these 3 things alone will get you so much farther than anyone else. But you're probably asking, how am I supposed to just have a strong work ethic? Well, it takes a long time to develop this work ethic that you desire. But like I mentioned before, the 2 things that we really need to have a foundation for a strong work ethic is discipline and drive. So let's examine how we develop these 2 things first. There are many different ways to develop a drive. Some of the best ways you can develop drive is by having some kind of mentorship or some kind of external force that is pushing you. This can be another person, maybe an edit, or maybe even a song. Whatever it is that gives you some kind of drive. But you can also try and use your past as something to give you a drive. This is something that I find very effective. The way I usually find drive is by looking back at my past life and my past self. I see the mistakes that I made in my past, I see what other people have said about me, and I use this as a motivation to me. I turn all of this drive and all of this energy into a fuel. But I want to make this clear, this is not a practice that you should beat yourself up with. It is just analyzing your past self and seeing how you have become that better self compared to that past self. This should be your main goal. You should always try to be just a little bit better than your past self every single day. And once you finally look back at yourself, you will realize that you have done what you said you would do. Now, for building discipline, there are many different ways and methods that people gain this skill. One of the best ways is by subtly increasing the challenges that you face every single day. Once you start to do these difficult things for a couple months, you will start to get used to it. You will start to be in a routine with that challenge. Why I say you need to put yourself into uncomfortable situations to build discipline is because our brain in uncomfortable situations is going to tell you to just lay down for a bit, to take a rest, to not push yourself that far. In order to build discipline, you need to block out the talk that your brain is saying. You need to tell your brain and yourself that this needs to be done regardless of how I'm feeling. Trust me, once you start to develop the strength of focusing on what needs to be done, you will accomplish more in a month than the average person does in an entire year. Once you develop these two strong essential skills, now you need to focus on building a strong work ethic. The way we develop a strong work ethic is pretty similar to how we develop discipline. Putting yourself in the work zone and challenging yourself through it, doing difficult tasks and trying to get things done. But one of the key things to building a strong work ethic is by constantly analyzing what you are doing. Just keep asking yourself the question, am I being efficient enough? Just keep searching for more in you. Keep trying to find your limit. Other things that you should do to make sure that you're working efficiently is make sure that you have a priority list. A priority list is a list of things that need to be done at the top, and at the bottom being the things that you don't really need to get done but should get done eventually. This is a list that you should use to make sure that you're getting all these things at the top done first before you go down to the more unimportant tasks. I use this list all the time, and it helps me make sure that I'm doing what I need to do and accomplish as much as I can every single day. This way you're getting the most difficult and most important things done first before you start focusing on other things. This leaves you with easier tasks to get done later. Before we end this video here, let's summarize what we just went through. We need to see the three things that we need most: drive, discipline, and a strong work ethic. Then we need to find out how to build these strengths. For drive, we need mentorship, or we need to use our past self as fuel. For discipline, we need to challenge ourselves, and challenge ourselves even when we don't feel like it. And finally, for getting a strong work ethic, we need to analyze what we are doing in our work and how we can make it more efficient. I hope this video has been helpful and will guide you into becoming an uncommon person. Like always, my friends, always embrace the journey.